Hello everyone. In today's slide, we are going to cover approval processes. So approval processes comes under a broader category of Salesforce automation. So before we get into the key components of approval process, we will first try to understand what problem this feature solves. So let's understand a problem like in most organizations, certain actions require a sign off or approval before they can proceed. Like large discount needs a manager approval, or certain amount needs a supervisor approval so that the workflow or the process can proceed. So rather than handling this over email or any communication channel like Slack, and like losing the track of like who approved what and when, Salesforce lets you to automate this entire workflow natively on its CRM platform. So that's what we call an approval process. So let's walk through like what are the key components of approval process. So on the left, you can see first one is the entry criteria. So before a record even enters the approval process, it needs to satisfy a set of conditions which you define. For example, like you might say this only trigger this approval process if opportunity amount is greater than like $10,000, like that. So if a record doesn't meet those criteria, submitting it for approval either throws an error or bypasses the uh, this process entirely. So it depends on how you configure it. The next is the approval steps, which are the sequential steps. Each step has its own criteria. So for instance, step one might go to direct manager, step two go to VP, and step three to CEO. And with each step only triggering if the previous step was approved. So every step has its own filter criteria, its own assigned approver, and a set of actions. So next key component is the approver. So it is whoever who is responsible for reviewing the record at each step. So Salesforce gives you three ways to assign an approver. You can point to specific named user, assigned it to queue or any queue member, or use the manager field in the role hierarchy so that the record automatically goes to whoever submitting the user reports to. So the last option is very powerful because it works dynamically. That means you don't have to update the approval process every time your organization hierarchy changes. The next key component is the initial submission actions. So these are the things that happen the most user submits a record for approval. So before any approver has looked at it, so the most common use case here is the locking of the record. So Salesforce automatically makes the record read only when it's submitted, and no one can change the data while it is under the review. Also in initial submission action, you can send the email notification confirming that the request was received. The next key component is the final approval actions. So these are fired when the record has cleared all the steps and are fully approved. So at this step, you can do your meaningful work like updating a field, uh, updating the status to approved, sending a notification email to any team, creating any follow-up task, or posting a message to chatter. So these are the actions which only runs once the entire process is completed. And then there are final rejection actions. So these are also the same, like they fire when an approver at every step clicks reject. So typically you would need to unlock unlock the record here so that the owner can edit and resubmit it again. And you can also send a rejection email here to explain why the record is rejected at this step. So this was the key components in approval process. At the right side, you can check the process flow. So the first step here is that the record must meet the entry criteria, which is a prerequisite that you need to define against the record's current field values. Then the user submits this record for approval. In most configuration, there is a submit for approval button on record pages. Also, there are other ways in which you can submit a record via using Flow or any Apex or a fully automated trigger. Then there is initial submission action fire, which means the record typically gets locked at this point and confirmation action are executed. Then the fourth step is the approver receives the email or task. So once your record is submitted, the approver will going to receive a email notification and a link of record in that notification, or else he will be assigned a task. So they can either respond on that. Uh, so after this, the approver has two choices. He can either approve or reject the record. So he get two choices on the record itself, approval record itself, and then the final step in this process flow is the approval or rejection actions, which are either which means once all the steps are resolved, either fully approved or rejected at any step, the corresponding final actions will fire and it will complete the approval process. Okay, now that I'm in my org, I will go ahead and demonstrate how the approval process works. But before that, I will give a brief overview. Like in previous demos, we have created this Salesforce Unlocked application and I have added the custom tabs and lightning page. And I've also created a new custom object called projects. So we will be doing approval process on projects object. So consider a business scenario when a project budget exceeds like 10 lakh rupees, then in that case, the project must get an approval by some user like manager level user like delivery manager or VP. So in that case, we will create one approval process like when the project budget exceeds 10 lakh, then we will request for approval from our delivery manager. If it's below that, then no approval is required. But before that, uh, we need to set up some custom fields before we start creating the approval process. So if you remember in projects, we have created certain fields like project name, title, description, date, etc. I will add three new fields here, and I will also create a like I will restructure this page a little bit so that it will be uh, yeah it will be visible to like with some subtle information. So I will go ahead and edit this object. In project object manager, I am going to create three new custom fields before creating the approval process. So the first field which I need is the project budget field. So this is the field where we will be going to capture the project budget. I will give the field label as project budget and will for now I will just click next. FLS, I will keep it as is, and I will add this field to all the layouts. We'll click Save and New. The next field which I am going to add is the pick list type field, which is for capturing the approval stages for our approval process. So it will be like project approval status. So in the project approval status, I will add four new field values. First, it will be in draft. Then it should go to pending for approval. And once it is pending for approval, the approver might then we need to make the status as either approved or rejected. So these are the four values in the project approval status which will be used in the approval process. So this is important to understand. So for now, I will go ahead and click next. I will keep the profile visibility of this field as is and click next. I will add this to all the layouts and click save and new. Okay, the next field which I need is a project. Uh, so the next field which I need is the user lookup, which will capture the approver user. So it will be like someone like the delivery manager, or we can say project manager. So I will create a lookup relationship to user object. Will click next, and the field label I will keep as project manager to understand like who will be the approver, and we'll click next. I will click next and save and new. Okay, save just save. Okay, now that I have created all the fields and I've added to this layout, okay, it's still not visible in this record page. Okay, now it's visible. So I have added these three fields. I will also like restructure this page. Okay, I'll add a I'll add a highlight panel so that it will be much intuitive. Uh, okay, so when we add the highlight panel on the highlight panel properties, you can see we can add the dynamic actions here. So on this highlight panel, once we create the approval process, the submit for approval button will be visible. So for now, I will just upgrade this dynamic actions on this page. So dynamic actions are something which is like quick actions. So I will do a migrate operation, and from here I will select the default layout and just click on finish. So these are the approval, these are the actions which are available for the project record. So I can see just the project title in this highlight panel. I will also add the approval status, budget, and the, let's say I will add a project date field here. Or better, we will add all the new three fields in the highlight panel. So for now, I will just click this save. So to add the fields in highlight panel, you need to work on the compact layout. Okay, I will be creating a new compact layout. So I will go to the object manager of project, and on compact layouts, I will just click on the new compact layout. I will add a label here like project compact layout, and will add the fields. So I will add the first field which will be on the top is the project name. So project name is the top field which the highlight panel identifies, and it will display as a project name in a much bigger font. The next field I will add is the project approval status, project budget, and a project manager. Okay, and I will click on save. So now that I have saved the record, I'll just refresh this page. Okay, I will go and edit this. Okay, I guess we have created the compact layout. We'll do compact layout assignment as well. Okay, so for now the record types have system default compact layout assignment. So we'll just change it to the layout which we have created. I will select these two record types and will change to project layout, compact layout. Okay, now that our layout has changed, I will go ahead and refresh this record. Okay, here in app builder, I can see the fields are added. I will just do one thing. I'll click this save and let's see. Okay, I guess we need to make this as primary as well. Okay, now I am able to see this project approval status, project budget, and project manager. So in this way, we created the three new fields and we also created the compact layout and assigned compact layout on this lightning record page. Okay, now I will move ahead with the approval process creation. I will go to setup. From setup, I will search approval process. I will click on this approval processes. So once you are on this page, you can see there is an option to like manage approval process for. So here we need to select the object on which we will be going to create the approval process. After this selection, just click on this button, create new approval process, and we will be using standard setup wizard. Okay, right now we are on this page. We need to provide a process name. So I will provide a process name like project budget approval, project budget approval process. Okay, so this is the name of my approval process. I will click next. So the first key component which we saw was the entry criteria. So here user has two options, either to select the criteria or formula based entry criteria. So right now we will select criteria met. We'll select project budget should be greater than 10 lakh rupees. So once we select our entry criteria, the approval process for will work for this and we'll click next. Then there is option to select the approver field and record editability properties. So we created the project manager field. So this will come under the custom user fields. There is option to select the standard user field and or to create a hierarchical relationship field. But as we have already created the custom, we will select this field. So he will be the approver user. And then there is record editability properties like admin only can edit the records during the approval process or administrator or the currently assigned approver can edit the record during approval process. So there is an option like during initial submit, the record may get locked, but only admin can edit the record, or we can specify the approver as well to provide the access to edit the record. Right now, I will keep it as default and click next. Okay, here is the approval assignment email template. So this is the email template we can specify for the project manager, like on the project manager user email address, he will receive this email notification. For now, I don't want to uh, create any custom template, so I will go ahead and click next. Okay, on the next page, it mentions the approval page layout. So you can add the uh, fields which are required on the approval page layout. Let's say the project manager wants to see the project budget. He wants to see the project date. He wants to see the project end date and the project title. So these are the fields project manager will see on his approval layout screen before making any decision. Then there is approval page fields. We can add the history information. For now, we will keep it as unchecked. Then there are security settings like allow the approvers to access the approval page from within Salesforce application, or they can also access this page externally. But it is a recommended setting that he should be available within the application. So this is just the explanation. I will click next. And the final step is the specify the initial submitter. So in our case, the owner of the project record will be the initial submitter. So we will add this project owner, and on the project owner record page layout, we can add the submit for approval button and the approval history related list for all the project page layouts. So this is an option which will, if we select this option, it will automatically add the history related list and the submit for approval button. I will keep it as checked. And then there are submission settings which allows the submitter to recall the approval request, which means if he click the submit for approval by mistake, he has the option to do a recall, like it's like undo the submit for approval action. We will keep it as unchecked and click on save. Okay, so now that our approval process just got created, we have an option to proceed further with creating next step, or we can do this later. I will select this and will click go because I want to show you the approval process page. So this is our process definition detail page. So here you can see our approval process has created. Entry criteria is also mentioned, and the approver user is also mentioned, and initial submitter is also mentioned. Also, the next step which we need to do is add the initial submission action, approver step, final approved action, rejection action. So in our case, we need to add the initial submission action. We don't have a multi-step approval process. It's just the approval will go to the project manager, as we have already specified project manager as the approval. We will not be adding any new step here. So we will first cover the initial submission action. In initial submission action, I will do one thing. I think if I have added, okay, okay, the initial submission action, I will do one thing. I will add a field update action to update the project budget for pending for approval. So this is the field update I want to do. So we will select the field and we will mark it as pending for approval. Okay, I guess this field update is already present as I have created. So we'll do just one thing. I will go ahead and click add existing. I will select the field. Okay, I have already created the field updates. So field updates, you can create the new ones. For demo, I have already created the new existing field update. So I have created these three field updates where first is will be pending for approval on initial submit. Then the rest two are for approved and reject action. So I will just add this field update and click save. Okay, right now on initial submission, our record will get locked and status will change to pending for approval. Then we need to specify the final approval actions. So in our case, if the project manager approves the record, he can he will update the field. The field update should happen like the budget is approved. So I have created a field update which will update the status. I will add this field update. Okay. So this is the first, second action for my final approval action. Then I will add an email alert. So I guess I have created a existing email alert, but I will show you on email alert page what fields we need to specify. So here we need to specify the description, which is name and email template and recipient type, etc. So I think I've created an email alert. I'll just cancel this. I will add the add existing button. So I have created this budget approved email alert. But on this email alert, the email template has not been specified. For now, I have added a dummy email template, which is support case response. So we will do one thing. We will create a new email template and assign that email template to this email alert. So I will just duplicate this window and I will quickly create email template. For the demo, I will use the simple text email template. I will add the email template name as uh, project budget approved email. Template name will populate. I will keep the subject as project budget approved and I will keep the email body blank and click on save. Okay, now that I have created the email template, we will go ahead and edit this email template. So I'll go ahead and edit. So in email body, first I will, okay, we have this merge field component here where we can add the project fields. So here I will select project fields. I will select the field name. So I want to address the project owner. So I will add the name of the project owner in this email template, like hi project owner, the project. I will add the project title here. So I will change the field to project title. I will copy this merge field, the project, this project, and I will add the rest of the message has been approved. This to notify that project has been approved. Thanks. Okay, I'll keep it short and I will also create one more email template for the rejection scenario. So I will do save and new. I will go ahead and click next. I will give email template name as project budget rejected email. And I will uh, I will add the subject body. This is to notify that project project title has been rejected. Thanks. And also add the project owner full name. And I will save this record. Okay, now that we have both the email templates, I will go back to my email alert. I will edit this email alert and I will change the email template. So here I will select project budget. Okay, once I do the project budget, I think I need to refresh the page. I will quickly refresh this page. Okay, I have not made this email template active. That's why I'm not able to search. I will just click this as available for use and save both of them. Okay, I will go back, edit, will do available for use, save. Okay, now I should uh, be able to see my email templates. I will go and change it. Okay, I have selected the project budget approved email template for this email alert and I will do save and new. And the second email alert I will do is for budget rejected so that I can add this email alert in the rejection action. I will select the object as projects and I will go ahead and select the project project budget rejected email template and the recipient type. Okay, recipient type will be the project a project owner, I can say, and I will just click it save. Okay, so I have created the budget rejected email. I will go back to my approval process. Uh, okay, okay, this is the approval. Okay, I guess I'll do it. Okay, this is my approval process, project budget approval process. So I have added the email alert for the final approval action. I will also add the both of these uh, email update and email alert to rejected. So first I will add budget rejected email alert and the second I will add budget rejected field update and will click on save. So these are pretty much the simple workflow I have configured. So approval process will follow when project budget is greater than 10 lakh rupees. Then it will go to the project manager for approval. Project manager will receive a standard email, or in project manager's login up in his login screen, he can see the approval pending approval records. On initial submit of the project record by the project owner, the record field will get updated to pending for approval status. And then once it goes to project manager for approval and he does a reject or approval action, these actions will get performed as per his selection. We have not added any recall actions, or we have not added any multi-step approval process. So this is a simple process for demo purpose. So we can cover these topics once we go ahead and check the advanced approval process in a real-time use case for any projects. But for now, it will look like this. So now that our approval process is done, we need to go back to approval process list, and we need to activate this approval process. So to activate this approval process, on the approval process edit, uh, name and description. Okay, it will follow the same. Okay, we have also configured layout and everything. I'm just quickly going through the verifying if everything is correct. Okay, okay, we need to define at least one approval step here. So we will do one approval step like initial submit and initial submit of project budget. And we will give this step as number one. So this is the step we need to create. So it will be like visible in the, it's an initial submit action only, but it will be visible in the UI. So all records should enter this step. So we can create a multi-step, as I said, based on the approval and rejection of the record, the record approval. We can specify the next set of steps, but all records should enter this step, and I will click next. Automatically assign using the field. Okay. And I will click this as, I will keep this and save. It will get assigned to project manager. And next it's asked whether you want to create any approve, like whether you want to specify any workflow actions, like whether you want to create any email alert for approval or rejection. So I will do no and just click on go. So this is the approval step I have created. So, and these are the initial submission actions. Now I can see the activate button here. So I will go ahead and activate this. You will get a prompt like this before activating the process. I will click on OK. I will move ahead and create a new project record. I will select client projects. I will select the project name as Salesforce Automation Project. Project title will also be same, and I will add a small description. Contains role processes automations. Okay. I will select a date which is in the future. So I will select July 1st. Project type, I will select part-time, and project budget I will select as 20 lakh, and project manager I will select the user which I have recently modified. So it's a read-only user profile with this application access, who will be going to be the project manager who will either approve or reject the record. I have provided all the details and will click save. So as we can see on creation of this record, as we have kept the approval status as draft, so this is the default status, and you can see the layout as well. On layout, as you can see during the approval process configuration, there was an option to add submit for approval. So this also has been added here. So I will move ahead and do submit for approval. So once you click on this button, you can mention the comments like uh, require approval for this project. Okay, and I will just submit. Approval step requires the next approval to be determined by project manager field. This value is empty. Okay, so the project manager field is empty. So okay. Let me check what is the issue first here. So I believe we have already provided the project manager. Mm, okay, I have actually found the issue. So the issue was like in our permission set on project records, I had to provide the view all records permission because the user which I am using, that is the read only user. So it doesn't have access to the project's record. So that's why I had to provide him view all records access so that he will get access to the process instance records. Also, the tab access for that particular user was missing. So I have also provided the custom tab access. So this is the process instance like standard object. So it's called approve approve request tab. So we have also provided the approve request tab permission in our permission set, which is assigned to the project manager user. So now I will go ahead and create a new project again. So here I will create a client project, uh, Salesforce automation. This also I will give as Salesforce automation. Project date, I will select something in the future. Project type, I'll select part-time. Budget is 20 lakhs. Project manager is uh, the user, and we'll click on save. Okay, now we have created this project and it's by default in draft. We will go and submit this record now. Uh, Need approval for this project and click on submit. The approval steps, I will do one thing. I will go ahead and change the default option. Yeah, I will go ahead and change the default option to automatically assign to approvers. And here we have an option to select user queue or the related user field, which is present on our record. So I will do this configuration and click save. Okay. Okay, now my project has been submitted. The status change has been done. Also, if we would have specified any email template, the user must have received email template. Now I will navigate to the uh, project manager user and will try to log in with his credential. Okay, so I have logged in as a project manager. So like I said, I have also included this approval request tab. So in the approval request tab, I can see the Salesforce automation project request which I submitted. So this is the project approval page layout. So here we can see the approved and reject approval details. I will go also I can see the submitter comments. So I submitted this request with a comment. So you can see this. I will just go ahead and approve. Uh, Approved project request. Okay, so this was the project. So this project got approved. Also, we have received one email alert. I will quickly show that.
Thanks for watching Salesforce Unlocked. If you found this helpful, stay tuned for more Salesforce tips and tutorials. See you in the next video.